Yes, you heard me. Roll credits. Okay, so as you've probably noticed, this kit, the Hampden, has been recently re-released by Airfix as a vintage classic. And as we say on this channel, I had the vintages before they were classics, or I had the classics before they were vintage. Any which way round you like. However, there's a bit of an interesting story attached to this, and this kit was actually given to me in, I think, 2001. I was working on a job. The fellow that lived there, he'd worked at Rolls-Royce, and we got talking about planes like you do. I mentioned I built models. He says, "Oh, hang on a minute." Disappears into his garage, comes back. He gave me this kit. Funny enough, he gave me the B-17 kit, which is right there that you've seen me building, and also I think a Tornado kit that I built, I think 2007, 2008. That's in storage somewhere. It was a nice kit as well. So, however, when I opened this, it turned out that it had been started, and steps 1 and 2 had been done, but the parts weren't in the box. So that was basically the sort of flight deck, seat, a few other bits for the interior just weren't there. All the machine guns weren't with it either. So no problem. I think I'll just see what I can do about that. A few years later, I spotted that there's an Airwaves photo etch kit which has what looks like seat, cockpit, flight deck. So I thought, oh great, bought one. Turns out the flight deck is like an overlay onto the kit part, so I was still stuck. A few more years roll by. I was actually given a box of scrap kits. One of them, Anley Page Hampden. So I got that part, got the bits out of it that I needed to carry on to start this, and it's all good. But at that point I'd already got a vac form for the canopies, because I wanted them for another kit, and it was a set of about 5 or 6. Just happened to have the Hampden. So I start building it, and I'm thinking, like, it's a nice kit. Maybe I can make some improvements here. I have a look round. I bought resin engines for it, because the kit ones, they were okay, but they weren't brilliant. Resin set of bombs, I think they were from Edward, and photo etched bomb shackles from a different company. So that's it. So the building of it was in between me videoing stuff. I think I started this in 2018, and if you look at my channel, the channel was started in 2014, but I had a break because I wasn't really sure about a model channel, whether it was, I was struggling a bit, left it be, have a think about it, walk away, and it turned out it was about 3 or 4 years, and then only sort of beginning of this year I've come back to this and decided to have a good go at it, which I hope hope that's coming across. That's what's happening. So, without further ado, I'm going to put up a slideshow with some funky royalty-free music of the photos I took as I built the Hampden. When they're done, I'll get the Hampden on a turntable and we'll go through it. Oh, the craziest thing I bought for this kit was this, another Hampden. Thing was, and I can show you, the decals in my original one, put that just there, are these. Let's see how it worked for PEA. This one was MEA, same squadron, different aircraft. But the other two aircraft in both versions are the same. But if I hold these up, you can see the Swedish markings, the bit out of register. The Popeyes is not brilliant. The grey on, I don't believe it. I do not believe it. Where did that wheel come from? That wheel is a spare wheel for one of these what's it, shrimp wagons, and it's been missing for about 2 weeks. Oh wow. You've just seen me defeat the carpet monster live. Fantastic. Well, let's just tip that up there. Yep, I've got two shrimp wagons up there. That one's got 4 wheels. Which one is it? That one's got all its wheels. And the spare wheel, that one I do believe is a spare wheel for that. So I've got, it must have been I'll point you back down, but oh brilliant, good news. It must have been with the, because these decals were up on that shelf right at the back somehow. I mean, I was blaming my cats for like knocking it off the shelf and running off with it, and so it would be never seen again. Well, who'd have thought it? So I think I've just got video evidence of the carpet monster getting defeated. I might send that to a supernatural paranormal channel. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, you can see the Swedish markings. No, you can't. I'm not holding it right. The Swedish markings below are very slightly out of register. These are the old ones. These are the new ones. And you can see how good they are, and the colours are different. Can you? You can certainly see a difference between the Z and B codes. Between that's the old one, the original one. This set is from the new boxing. Anyway, that's finding that wheels. It's quite flummoxed me, I must admit. So never stop looking for anything, and you never know where it's going to turn up in the craziest places. Now, as I was saying, next I shall put on sort of a photo montage with some funky music of photos of the building, and then I shall get the actual built model on a turntable and just go through it, because I did do a few more things obviously as it was built, chopped and changed. you've seen the photos of the build, which were admittedly low quality because I had to make them a bit smaller to go on a website. Let me walk you around this kit and show you in a little better detail what actually occurred. So, the first thing, the wingtips here. What I did with those is I cut notches out, put a little a chunk of clear sprue in there, drilled a small ding in it, a dent in it, in the back, a little bit of Tamiya clear red, obviously port, same on the other side but with green, sanded and polished that once it was glued in to give me this light bulb with a cover look. If you're interested in seeing exactly how I did that, I did take quite a few pictures of the entire process, which I might make a little photo montage of that happening. So as we move around, every expense spared. As we move around, we get to those landing lights. So what we've got here is I simply made a cover out of a piece of acetate, bent it to shape, glued it in. Underneath that, what those lights actually are in there are these. Now, Modelling Tools UK and Little Lenses were run by a fella called Paul. If you've ever been to a model show, you'll have seen him a few years back. He's actually, the thing is, he's retired now. I think he retired through ill health, so Modelling Tools UK is not a thing anymore, which is a real shame because these things are brilliant for anything like that. You just peel them off, stick them on inside. You can see how they catch the light. And just to give you another idea, the headlights on this are the same things but bigger. There's headlights there, they're the bigger version. You can get them in all different sizes. So there's that. As you cross, over, I did get quite a bit of cack inside the cockpit when I was building it. Should have cleaned it out, didn't. Doesn't look anything near as bad as it does as I'm seeing it on the screen. That looks terrible. The little, what is that, Pinocchio? That's the decals from the other kit. You can see I've added a little piston to work the bomb bay. That's from the airwave set. The machine gun there sticking out the front of the nose glazing. That's a white metal Vickers K gun. That's a 303 Browning barrel that I think was possibly from the kit itself, or maybe another Browning barrel I had that was better. As I bring you into that air intake, that end of that air intake is another piece from the airwave set. Likewise on the other side, you can see it looks a lot more realistic than the actual chunky piece of plastic that the kit was. So as we turn, let's pull you out a bit. Obviously the replacement engines are in there. As we turn around a bit, as I was saying, the starboard side has been done the same way as the port side. Bit of clear sprue, small hole drilled in the back, a dab of clear green Tamiya, glued in, shaped and polished, and you get this is the result. So as we move up and over, now as I said, you probably remember that all the guns were missing. These two guns on the dorsal turret there, they're actually spare from this. If you've got one of these kits, you get two lovely Vickers K guns that you don't need. That way it belongs. Which I use them there because it's more visible on the upper surface. And then as we, let's just zoom out a bit, and as we turn, as we turn, you get a good view of the entire aircraft. So the paints I used, the upper surfaces were this extra colour dark earth and this extra colour RAF dark green, with the underside in finished in, you can't actually read it, but this, yeah, there you go, night black, in the same range. Now these colours to go on, they're ever so thin. You have to put something in to make them dry, because they do take a while to dry. They're quite well known for it, but they are a little bit glossy, which helps with your decaling. Once that's done, the entire kit had a full coat of matte varnish, which was gloss one. I haven't got the matte one to hand, but it's exactly the same. It just says matte instead of gloss, and obviously it's matte, and you can see how matte it is. So as we turn around, so I now need to tidy up this video because there's a bit of dead time where I'm trying to make the camera focus, and also I need to be able to show you the underside. So if you wait one moment, I shall do that. So as you can see, this, just bung it on a mirror, gives us a nice view of the underside. So these bombs are the kit bombs, so I've stuffed them in the bomb bay. The two bombs on the outer wing, as well as the pylons, are Edward items from this set. British World War II bombs. You get 4, which is why I couldn't actually fill the bomb bay with them, but I just used the better looking bombs on the more visible pylons. Speaking of which, the bomb racks are these items. Marabou, never heard of them before, but these things, compared to what you get in a kit, especially any kit of this age, they are nice. Go with these. What's that there? That's a lie. I'm trying to work out what I'm seeing in the mirror. Yeah, but they are a nice little improvement to the chunky kit pieces. Yeah, if I pull you all the way down there. There you go, you can see it. You can see it as it is, and you can see it in its reflection. Oh, there we go. Don't move. Yeah. There you go. Lovely. The dorsal gun and turret. This. Where did you go? There. That is all the kit, because I meant to say I was going to use the vac form for the cockpit as well. I was going to have the cockpit open because it's quite a nice amount of detail. While trying to cut the vac form piece along there, slip, scratch, ruined. So that's the kit glazing. And what else did I use? Oh, if you was interested in what I actually used for the engines, it was this CMK Quick and Easy line, the Walter Pegas, which on reflection was a licensed built version of the actual engines in there, so close enough in my book. So that's it then. That's the Only Page Hampden, which is, like I say, it's been released by Airfix as a vintage classic. I think you get a decent model out of this kit out of the box, if I'm going to be honest. The stuff I've added to it, I did because in some cases I had to, because there was missing parts. Once I done that, I thought, well, you know, what's a little bit more additions. I didn't really need to change the bombs or the racks or anything like that. Didn't really need a complete interior. I just would have needed some cockpit floor and a seat, which you could scratch build if you really wanted to. The decals from this kit were about usable, but in buying the other kit I obviously had access to better ones. So there you go. Shall pull this out a bit, give you another 360. I think we'll call this video finished. And don't forget, if you like this stuff, you know what you want to do, don't you? Like and subscribe. It all helps me. Anything you want to know about this, anything I've been talking about, drop me a comment. I always try to answer them. And I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you enjoy this model. And if you do grab one of the vintage classics, I hope you have a nice build with it.